The moment I asked Marcus to walk the board through the core methodology of his project, the room went very quiet. He shuffled his papers, he looked at the slides, then he looked at me. And I saw it in his eyes. He knew that I knew. He'd known since the day he walked into my building. But I should take you back to the beginning. I was 22 years old, studying computer science at a mid-tier university in the north of England. I wasn't popular. I wore the same 3 jumpers. I ate lunch alone most days, which suited me fine because I was usually reading. I cared deeply about one thing, my final year project. An adaptive learning algorithm I'd been building quietly for 2 years. It wasn't flashy, it was just genuinely good work. Marcus was the opposite of me in every visible way, loud, easy in a room, the kind of person lecturers remembered for the wrong reasons and liked anyway. He sat next to me in our shared module that final year, said he admired my focus, asked if he could see my notes. I was lonely enough to say yes. The betrayal didn't announce itself. It rarely does. He submitted my project under his name. Not a version of it, not something inspired by it, my work, my architecture, my 2 years. He changed the title, added his name, submitted it 4 days before my own submission window opened. The university flagged my version as the copy. I tried to explain. I had drafts, time-stamped files, notebook entries going back 18 months. None of it was enough. He had friends on the review panel. I did not. I lost the scholarship. A full postgraduate scholarship. The thing I'd been quietly working towards since my first day on campus. Marcus won it. He accepted it in front of the entire department. He smiled like a man who had earned something. I remember sitting in my car in the university car park that evening. I didn't cry. I was too tired to cry. I just sat there in the dark, thinking about how much of myself I had poured into that work, and how little it had mattered. I rebuilt slowly, moved to London, took jobs nobody glamorous wanted, wrote code at night, started a small company in my late 20s with 2 friends, and a very modest amount of faith. That company grew. Quietly, steadily, the way I had always worked. By my late 30s, I was running it. When Marcus's CV landed on my desk, referred by a mutual contact who had no idea, I read every line carefully. His career was a patchwork, short tenures, borrowed ideas, a man who had spent 20 years coasting on an early reputation built on someone else's foundation. I approved the hire. I said nothing to anyone. I watched him for 3 months. Charming in meetings, vague on detail, quick to claim proximity to good work, slow to produce any of his own. My senior team liked him the way people like a warm front, pleasant until you need it to do something. Then came the board meeting. I asked him to present the strategic framework his team had submitted the previous week, his framework as he had described it in the executive summary. I asked him to walk us through the underlying logic, to explain the choices, to defend the assumptions. He couldn't. The words came, but they were hollow. The room felt it before they understood it. I didn't raise my voice. I asked clear, reasonable questions, the kind any author of an idea should be able to answer. He answered none of them well. After the meeting, I handed HR the documentation I'd been building. Performance concerns, pattern of conduct. It was thorough, it was fair. And within 6 weeks, Marcus had been managed out of the company. He didn't know it then, but the day he stole my project, he started a clock. It just took a long time to go off. Some debts don't expire. They simply wait for the right room. If this story hit close to home, you're not alone. Drop a comment below and tell me yours. And if you want more stories like this, subscribe to Karma Served Cold. New stories every week.